Good morning, everyone. Okay, so again, I'm going to be doing like a simultaneous video at the same time so that I could share this with my group on the app. So if I look like I'm looking at two different things, I am. So I'm looking at my phone and looking at the laptop. So, anyways, was that earthquake last night kind of crazy? I'm assuming everybody felt it for the most part. It was like around 10:30. I was sitting there watching Netflix, and I had my earbuds in, and then all of a sudden I just felt like this really big shake, and I looked over at Chris because I was just kind of like, did he just fall off the bed? And then it woke him up too, and then I was just like, and then he was the one that was kind of like, it's an earthquake, because it just wasn't registering to me for some reason. And then I was just like, oh my god, like freaking out. And then we're just kind of like sitting there like frozen, kind of waiting to see what was going to happen. And then I felt like I was holding my breath. So anyway, I was kind of freaked out. But luckily, it wasn't strong enough to, cause any damage. What's crazy is just last night I was watching, briefly. I guess it was kind of like a documentary, but I guess this week is the anniversary of our big earthquake. From how many years ago did it say it was? I forget how many years ago it was. I think it said it was in 1989, right? And so it was kind of going through just all the different stories about the people that survived it, and and so it's just kind of freaky when you're watching that, and then this happens. So I was kind of scared. So anyways, I hope everyone is doing good. I was just watching Rachel Hollis's husband. Now, again, Rachel Hollis is the author of Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing. Those are like her two most popular books, among other ones that she's written. And my theme for my current group on the app is inspired and based off of this challenge that I'm doing with her. And it's basically called The Last 90 Days. Mine's the Last 90 Day Challenge. And, basically just kind of pushing ourselves, in a nutshell, at these last few months of the year and decade, especially during the hardest time of the year, it being the holidays and whatnot. And this is the time where everybody decides, I'm just going to put all my goals on hold, and I'm going to wait till New Year's because I want to enjoy my holiday season, and I don't want to have to worry about exercising and eating healthy because, I deserve it, and because, this only happens once a year, and we kind of fill our heads with all these reasons why we should just throw everything out the door and just wait till next year. And it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I think, I guess if I was the way I used to be, then I probably would have been in the same frame of mind, because I used to be totally an off and on gym person. And I was just always like that. I had a gym membership, and I would be like really motivated to go, and then things happen, whether it's I was too busy, or the kids, or just straight up I was just too lazy to drive to the gym, which was usually the case. And it's not like the gym was all that far. It's literally probably minutes away. We were always really close to any gym. And I would just find a reason to talk myself out of it. It'd be like, oh, well, I got this to do. I'll just do it tomorrow. And then it turned into like next week, and then it turned into a month. And then before you knew it, it was just kind of like it was months, and I hadn't gone, still paying the membership every month. And it was a total waste. And so I did that all the time. And so, anyways, that's, thank God, these types of workouts came into my life, and that's what's helped me all these years. But, again, back then, I would have been the same way as far as like this time of year goes. I would have been like, oh, I don't need to be working out right now. I want to enjoy my holiday season. I don't want to deprive myself of anything. And, again, that's always your prerogative in whether you want to do that or not. But the thing is, it's always going to be a holiday. We will always have this season every year, and we will always have another holiday, whether it's, Valentine's Day, or whether it's Labor Day, whether it's Memorial Day and 4th of July and a birthday and vacation. I mean, all these special days that we give ourselves reason to, skip our health goals. And, it's not even necessarily to lose weight or anything like that, or because you want to look good or whatever, but just because, it should be more focused on like it just being a routine and just doing something for your health, because, people think it's I'm not trying to lose weight right now, or, it's not always about that. It's about just, believe it or not, your health affects everything. It really does. When you are, when you're not feeling good, whether it's physically or mentally, then it's going to affect your day. I'm sure you all know that. If you have a freaking headache, you don't want to do anything. You just want to lay there and, because you just don't feel good. If you're, oh God, my arms are like so shaky. I did an upper body workout today, and my arms are like jello right now. So anyway, I'm not shaking because it's cold. I'm shaking because my arms are sore. So anyways, I forgot what I was talking about, but it does affect, everything. Again, what was I saying? So if you are just, say, you are, maybe your bones are always achy, or just overall you feel achy, you feel sore, you get tired easily going up the stairs or maybe just down the street, it's not really motivating to want to do any of that. You're just going to be like, it's too tiring. My body doesn't feel good, and I'm just not going to do it. I mean, when you feel good and you are just kind of like, yeah, because I'm telling you, you never regret working out. You never do. It may be tough to like talk yourself into it, but once you're done, then you're kind of like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. You feel good about yourself, and then you feel motivated because you did it, and then you do it again the next day. And, but when you physically feel good and mentally feel good, you feel motivated, and you want to do it, and you're a nicer person. You're not screaming at your kids, you're not yelling at everybody on the freeway during commute hours, you're not like irritated by your coworkers, you feel great. And so so today, if you haven't gotten out to go to work yet and you have some time, go do something, go take a walk, go plug in, do what I do, throw in a DVD, or whatever, if you got a stationary bike at home, just freaking move. And then, try and shoot for, because our 5 things to thrive right now in my challenge is, try to move for 30 minutes. And if you can't knock it out in 30 minutes, then maybe just cut it up, through the course of your day and see if that works for you. Um, some people do it during their lunch. But anywho, I got off on what I was trying to talk about. Um, as far as like, so I think we're like on the third week already, I think it is, of our last 90 days. And so typically, what I've seen just in my groups in general, I usually do them monthly, as 30-day challenges. And so this time, clearly, it's for 3 months. And so usually about this time of the 30-day challenges uh, is when people start to kind of slip away. Not everybody, but sometimes, people are just, I don't see people posting as much. Maybe I'm somebody that was posting a lot, maybe they're starting to get in there like maybe twice a week. And, because in our group, it's accountability. And so you got to log in your workouts and stuff. And so I'm just kind of like, and then that's when I start messaging people like, hello, are you guys okay? And, but it's very common because, you're super excited when you first start and, you're motivated. And then, then when the reality kicks in as far as like trying to balance your workouts and eating better and whatnot with just your life, with work and the kids and whatever, then suddenly you're starting to put yourself back, in the bottom of your priority list again. And so when I was watching the live video, you should follow her if you don't. It's Rachel Hollis, Hollis. Her first name's Rachel. You can follow her on Facebook, and then every morning they do kind of like a live video, just to send some words of inspiration. But her husband was talking about, as far as like the quitting part, if you're thinking about quitting kind of thing. And there were a couple things that stood out to me when he said, if you feel like you've reached the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. And I thought that was, he said he got that quote from somebody else. Couldn't remember who, but I was just like, oh my God, yeah, that's a good quote. Because sometimes, when you literally feel like you just screwed up and you're kind of just like, well, I haven't been doing good, so I might as well just stop. And then you just, let go of all the goals that you tried to hit, and you're just kind of like, I'll start over next week, or I'll start over again next year. And you don't need to do that. You just need to literally jump back on the wagon, remember what your goals were to begin with, and just get back on. You don't need to freaking just throw in the towel and just be like, oh, well, I screwed up. And, that's the end of that. Why? Why do you want to do that to yourself? Why do you want to start from the beginning? Just pick up where you left off and just keep going. And then, what was the other thing? So he was saying like, okay, what is the benefit of you giving up? I mean, really, what are you going to get out of it if you said, okay, you know what, I'm just going to wait. I can't do this right now. I'm not motivated. I don't have time. Or maybe you just want to enjoy the holidays because this is just such a terrible thing to do to yourself to get healthy right now. And yes, I'm being sarcastic. What is the benefit of you waiting and giving up? I mean, really, think about that, because it's kind of like, okay, well, what's it really going to do for me if I do, in fact, give up on pushing myself to be a better version of myself? Okay, sure, maybe you'll get some extra sleep. Are you going to have time to work out? Are you really going to make the time later in the day to work out because you slept in? Are you going to have a more productive day? Are you, are you going to lose that weight that you wanted to lose? You got to think about all these things. If you give up, then what's it going to get you? You're going to stay in the exact same place that you're in, if not worse. I mean, that's the reality. So, um, anyways, those were like the couple things that stood out to me as far as what he was saying. And I was just like, that's so true. So think about that today. If you're on the verge of um, giving up or just not starting, those are still a couple things to think about. You gotta dig down in your why. Yes, you have your goals, but then you also have separately what is your why for wanting to hit those goals. Why? And it has to be a really um, compelling reason, as far as your why goes. It can't just be, well, I want to get healthy, I want to lose weight, and something so vague. It has to be something that like really hits home deep down. Like, maybe you have a family member that, or maybe you just have, maybe it's in your genes, where there's a lot of health issues, and say you had a parent that died at a young age or just died because of something that was preventable, um, with their health, and you don't want to fall, under that same, you know, thing. And, or maybe, you know, you want to be a parent that is an example to your children, and you want them to see you as a strong, determined parent that even though this is so freaking hard, that you continue to work through it and you continue to push yourself and you hit your goals. I mean, whatever your reason is, think about something, like really do a heart to heart talk with yourself, write it down. And, these are things that should motivate you to be like, okay, this is the reason why I want to do this, because of this reason. And then get your freaking clothes on, go do what you need to do, and quit playing around. So, so anyways, I think I've chatted you guys to death. So, anyways, I want you guys to have a great day. Really put some thought into what I'm saying. I'm not really just on here just to lecture or because I enjoy talking. I'm really trying to hopefully send you some motivation, and I know it's not easy, but you're totally capable of doing all of this. So, all right. So have a great day. Shout out to Arlene Velasco again for always, sharing your workouts and stuff, and just showing your accountability and your inspiration. And I appreciate that. Everybody else is more than welcome to do the same, because that's kind of the whole reason why we're in here. It doesn't have to be anything extreme. You don't have to show any videos. You don't even have to take a picture. You could just say, hey, I did my 10,000 steps today, or I did Zumba, or I did whatever. Just, I don't care what it is. Just show up, and then support everybody else too. Encourage somebody today. Say, hey, you want to do this workout with me? Let's hold each other accountable. Let's show up to the group, whatever. Because when you have that accountability, it kind of makes you want to be, stay on track. So anyways, I'll let you guys go. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.